everybody, we're back with another episode of The Sit Down. Just like all the sit downs, I just sit down with dope people, man, doing great things in the community, in the arts. So today is nothing different. I have a good friend of mine, DJ OS. Hot 97.9's own and Fleet DJ's own.
That's right.
Like, man. Yo, you do some of everything.
A little everything, man. A little everything.
Thank you for sitting down.
Finally, this is a long time coming.
I know.
We talked about this for a minute, so this is a long time coming.
And
when you hit me, I said, I'm gonna make sure.
I appreciate it, dude, because I was sitting around and I was like, I'm about to hit OS and see what he's doing.
Out of the blue, you know what I'm saying? I said, yo, I'm coming through, fight through the allergies, but we gonna make it happen. We gonna make it happen.
Man, like, just give people who may not know you just a quick, small rundown about OS, DJ OS.
OS, man, I've been DJing for over like almost 30 years now.
Wow.
You know, it's been a minute. Originally born in Connecticut.
Okay.
But moved around a lot. Went to college in Virginia. Lived in Atlanta. Lived in Jersey.
Nice.
So that helped my DJ process of understanding music from regions. I mean, back in the day before internet, Florida had a sound.
Yeah.
Georgia had a sound. Everybody had a different sound. So I was able to live in different places and get all that and just take things and DJ differently in different markets.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's a little bit about.
So how did you fall into working with, like, being the president of Fleet DJs? Like, how did you fall into that, like, first?
Crazy, because the thing about it was an old school DJ back in New York radio named Chuck Chillout.
Yeah.
I was in Chuck Chillout's record pool, and one of his interns was helping with Fleet.
Okay.
And we were cool, and then I moved here in like 2005.
Okay.
So he told his boy, who was actually the CEO of Fleet, about me, and he was like, "Yo, reach out to my man OS." So I became a Fleet DJ, and I just went up the line and stuff like that. I was at Duke Radio at one point, so I did that for a while. I did the college underground scene, so I was doing that, and then throughout the years, I just kept doing stuff with Fleet and kept it consistent. Next thing you know, he made me president.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, the work that you put in with Fleet DJs is dope. And I've been following Fleet DJs for some time. I've known about them when I used to even live in Florida. Okay. I've known about Fleet DJs. Yeah. So when I moved in and realized it's quite a few Fleet DJs in the area, I was like, oh, that's kind of dope.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And then with y'all conference and all that stuff, I see the growth in that and how it's really been really pushing and helping artists and whatnot.
Exactly.
Like, so what made y'all? Because we from that era where conferences were. Yes. That's where artists had to go.
You had to go to.
Had to pull up on a conference.
Jack
you had to go to TJ DJs, all that, man.
Yes.
Core DJ conference.
Yes. All those guys.
Yeah. Like, I went to the Bahamas to a Core DJ conference before. You know they used to travel all over the place.
Exactly.
So, like, what made Fleet DJs kind of keep that conference theme going in this stream era?
Because it's a disconnect with the artist, the DJ, and even the general public. Is a disconnect, right? So when those conferences were going on, like you said, they were in the Bahamas. They were in places that a lot of people couldn't really
move
access unless you was a real mover and shaker.
Facts.
So what we did was we kind of simplified it a little bit. We didn't water it down. We brought it down a little bit so the average people can understand what's going on. So we'll give them information about DJs. We'll give them information about artists. We'll connect people. We'll we'll have different type of things going on where artists and DJs can actually get together. But the main thing about the conference is a DJ conference, because it's not a music conference necessarily. It's more of a DJ conference.
Nice.
So it's about not even just Fleet DJs. It's DJs around the world that can get together, and it's almost like DJs and artists or whatever have their own little lingo, own little thing that they only kind of get. So bring them all together and then incorporate the artists.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we bring the artists in there, and also what we're doing now is just like a lot of I ain't gonna say crews, but a lot of different people are staying stagnant or they're just doing open mics. But we're doing platforms now.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So now we have radio stations. If a DJ can't get on the radio stations. We have models. We have all kinds of different things to incorporate the entertainment business.
Right.
So it starts as a DJ, went to artist, now it become entertainment.
Right. And that makes sense, man. I think having a platform, me personally, I don't go to open mics anymore.
Right.
I used to go to open mics, check out what's going on in the scene, see what the new artist is doing. Sometimes you'll see a new DJ rocking. Right. So I used to do that, man. I found that open mics become too oversaturated. Yes. You got 40 artists up there. Yes. And it just is. Sometimes it's a shit show. So
it is, because it's kind of like everybody's been doing it, and then they lost track of what it's for.
Right.
First of all, it has to be a reason to have open. It can't be just okay, pay $10 perform, or even if you're giving away money, you got to have the connection with DJs. You got to be able to network. You got to be able to meet people like you that can interview and teach artists how to sit down and interview.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And network with people and shake a hand and take a number and stuff.
Right.
It's not open mic. It's not just geared to see artists perform. It's geared to network.
And you know what? And that's funny because I'm used to that. I'm used to when I first moved here and I went to a few. I went to one or two, and I went to a few, and a lot of them were networking events. And then as some started turning into, you see the people that put the show on, then they don't really pay attention to the show. No. They just collecting the money from the artists and whoever coming on at the door, and it's really it didn't blend.
It didn't blend.
So having a networking event like the last Fleet DJs I went to, was one in Charlotte. Right. So every time it pop up, I'm either running out of town, or I'm doing something. And I was like, but I was at the one in Charlotte, and I was like, yo. It brought that feeling back. Like I was like, all right, I like this feeling.
Exactly.
I love what it's doing. I just want artists to take stuff like that a little more serious. That's it. That's the sad part about it.
But the sad part about when we had it in Raleigh, even in Charlotte, it's going back to Charlotte this year. Okay. But the problem was, I see all these Raleigh artists, and they didn't come out. Only about 5 that I can name, like 5 of them that I know. And the sad part, we had artists from Detroit, Cleveland, Chicago, Florida, Atlanta, Texas, there, where they spent money, plane tickets, drive, and
hotel
accommodations, and did all that just to network with DJs and had a ball. Like, they still hit us, and it's like.
That's sad to hear.
Yeah, that's sad.
Because I was really promoting it. I was talking it on podcasts. I was telling people, man, look, make sure y'all go out. This is what y'all need. I was telling media people, yo, sign up, be a part of the media, go to it. Just
go. You know what I'm saying? And I tell people, just go. A couple of events were actually free, so just go and just meet somebody. Right. Get a telephone number. Right. But people feel like they're superstars before they're superstars.
That's true. It's very true.
So why am I going to that? I'm on this level. I ain't going over there. You know what I'm saying? Are they gonna pay me? I'm like, come on, man.
And that's sad too, man. So you on the new Hot 97.9?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It was shot when I saw the radio station pull. I just all of a sudden I saw the promo out of nowhere. It was real left field.
Right.
And I was like, oh shit, we about to get a third, urban radio station at that,
which is needed.
Yes. You know what I mean? So not to talk bad about any other stations, but what made that happen? Like, because you play a big part in that.
This is a true story. This is crazy. I haven't told a lot of people this story. This is real. Me and D.Y. Nasty, and this is D.Y. Nasty. This is his vision.
Right.
This is his vision for like 8 years.
Nice.
He had a vision and stuck with it. We met on some negative stuff. All right, we met on some negative stuff. I ain't gonna go into what it was, but after we pieced it out, we became friends, right?
That happens.
This is grown man stuff, right?
And sometimes it be your closest homie all of a sudden too, man.
For real. You know what I'm saying? So after that, he started telling me about his vision. This is 2 years ago.
Right.
We talked to each other every week for 2 years, just to check. Hey, what's going on with it? Got any ideas going back and forth? It's coming, OS. It's coming. He said, when it come, I want you right there. And he is a person of what we losing about, a person of their word.
Right.
Word is a million. He said, blah, blah, blah. Now, at the time, I was at Station of Fayetteville in 104. But I was there for like 6-7 years, and, it was just time. I was at one place for a long time. It's time for growth, something different. And I had a great time, learned a lot of stuff from there. Shouts out to Kaleem Hassan, the program director. He's another man of his word. He always told me, if I have a job, you have a job.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So those are like real two people. But D.Y. had this vision, man. He had this vision, and then he started telling me a little bit about it. He said it's going to come. Now, I started doing more research about Raleigh. Now, Raleigh is about to be the 39th largest market in the country. So That means, we're bigger
growing
than a
in
lot.
tech. We're doing this a lot of stuff coming over here.
We're getting that stuff. The data is 63 people are moving to Wake County a day.
Yep.
So this place is going to grow, whether people like it or not, right? So this is perfect for it. And then when another new station came, they came, but they didn't come with Raleigh or Durham. They didn't come. They just came from another area and just put it here and just started doing radio. So what we said, we was going to do something that was never done. And then the fact that DY is a DJ.
Yeah, he is.
So
and a damn good DJ.
Damn good DJ. And then he can actually put the ideas of what radio, because who knows music better than a DJ?
I totally agree.
So boom, and then he's like, so he was like, okay, started putting some things together, and then he was like, yo, I'm gonna be handling the mix shows and the mix show DJs, and we're gonna do it differently. We're gonna incorporate the DJs as part of the station.
That's dope.
Some stations don't even put the DJs on the website.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? You can't even
unless they got like a so-called name.
Yeah, like who was that DJ who was rocking? You can't even go to the website. It's almost like they're just and it's not like that with our station. We're not gonna have 25 DJs doing this. It's gonna be like 4 or 5 of us.
Nice.
That's gonna work hard though.
Nice.
Everybody's putting in work. And then, of course, we got Coco. We was talking about that, and she's a hard worker. So the thing about the station is, it's not just a local station, but it's our station that's going to try to do it right. Every mistake that the other stations have done, we're going to make it right.
I like that. I like that.
That's the whole premise of the thing. Right?
I like that. So even with the station, we know how I dibble and dabble with a lot of indie artists. Right. I'm always mentoring a lot of indie artists. I'm always talking to a lot of indie artists, because I understand what they go through. Now, a lot of indie artists get complacent. They're like, man, I gotta be on the radio. And they miss a lot of areas.
Right.
So I always try to help them with the BDSs.
Okay,
this is where you go to sign up to get your BDS account. Right. Do this and the third. Set your stuff up on SoundScan. Mm-hmm. Different ways. So when you guys look it up, when you throw it in the database, it'll pop up. I know it costs bread to market and promote. Right. But how do they get are y'all bridging the gap with that with the local artists where they can come, drop a song maybe,
good question,
or get a good interview possibly, because radio still, as much people may say the streaming has taken over. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, radio still pushes the needle. Still number one. I know people always say, you don't really need radio. That's not really true, because I used to be an artist a long time ago. When I heard my song on the radio, that shit meant a lot to me.
Exactly. Well, it's still with streaming. It's still 2 to 3 steps to get in your car to listen to streaming. Okay?
It so is.
Gotta go. Radio is boop, or sometimes it just come on.
Yep.
So it's always gonna win, right?
Right.
So my thing is this, and we had a meeting about indie artists.
Right.
And indie artists, they first of all, I feel like they take a lot of stuff too personal.
They do. Way too personal.
Way too personal. This is the thing. It's a business.
Big time.
Money, this is a business. So you got to ask yourself, as an indie song, you give me an indie song. The song is good. Mm-hmm. Not great, but good.
Right.
What is the radio station going to get out of playing your record? What is the, and that's the thing about what is the artist bringing to the table? I get artists that send me records that have track 1. Is your record on Spotify? Is your record? Let me look at your YouTube. What are you bringing? You in any relationship, on any level, you got to bring something to the table. Okay, I'm gonna have my fans listen to it. Okay, your fans probably already listen to the station.
Right.
So
automatic.
So what is it? Like I said, I got to make sure. What is your song gonna do for me, the mix show, the station? I can do something for you.
Right. But what's it in return?
What's it in return?
I totally agree.
And the thing about it is not that radio doesn't want to support indie artists. They have to go through the process. It takes about a year sometime for indie artists to break a record. The record, like the Ellie Mae Boot Up, is 2 years old.
Yes,
okay?
It is.
So it takes time. What artists, they want
instant results.
Yeah, I want instant results, and it doesn't work like that. You got to get your business together. You got to have your marketing together.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. What the station can do is, like, we have a show called The Culture, which is Coco does.
Right.
And it's about the culture, and we'll weed through stuff, and then we'll see which records can go on that show, and it's certain steps even to do that.
That's smart.
Contact. So, but it's just like anything else. It's almost like almost like when you were looking, when you found your wife.
Right.
You didn't want to just accept anybody.
No.
So you have to be selective in what you play and what you're gonna actually go after. What artists fail to realize is the free part about it is if your stuff is really good.
Right.
I get a phone call, text from a DJ every week. Man, did you hear that such and such record?
Right.
Send that to me. Let me check it out. Just that simple. If your stuff hot,
It'll get out there.
It'll get out there.
I will attest to that. I've been back working in music, and a lot of people know that I have one artist that I've been working with.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
So that's what we did. We went to DJs. We gave it to a few DJs, a few records. That DJ told that DJ. That DJ told that DJ. Until it spread all over the place,
Right.
to a point where it was like, because he lives in Florida, so he was driving and he was like, yo, my song is on the radio. And he called me, he like, I said, I ain't send nothing to the radio. And then we listened to the song, like, good thing it's on BDS. Like, because we want to track those spins.
Exactly.
But that's what I believe in. I go to the DJs first. And I'm not coming to you with just 1 or 2 records. I'm going to give you a few to rock with. And then when you tell me, yo, I'm really feeling this, I give you a pack.
There
Boom.
you go.
I think a lot of artists don't realize that neither. They're not getting their DJ packs together where they breaking a song all the way down. So I know a lot of DJs don't blend as much anymore, but you got some that get busy still. So just in case you get busy, I want to give you I'm giving you the instrumentals, I'm giving you the acapellas, and we're going to put you a little intro together for you so you can know, look, we love what you doing. We appreciate you.
I told an artist one time, send me the instrumental, like for my talk set, because the beat was dope. That's gonna count.
Yes.
For you.
Yes.
I can use that instrumental every week if I wanted to.
See?
And keep going because it'd be so dope. But the thing about, just like you said, they don't have people like yourself to tell them what they need to do. We don't have good managers anymore. We don't have good people that's actually giving people sound advice.
Yo, I tell artists no sometimes, fam. Artists come to me recently, man, I see what you're doing with your guy. I see he's overseas and all this other stuff. Would you manage me? Nah, fam. I said, I got to focus on this one.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Once you come on the radar, let me see what's going on. You know what I mean? Yeah, it takes a lot of work, man. It's a lot. One artist. I fell into that where I was managing multiple acts, dealing with a bunch of acts. And you fall short in areas dealing with multiple people because everybody got their own individual goals.
Exactly.
This time around, it's just like, I'm sticking with one. We're going to rock this out. Maybe I'll get another one a year from now.
Exactly.
And then even pre-plan that out because everyone, it's a job and it's a package way you got to be presenting yourself. I think a lot of acts, when I hear artists complain about DJs because they may know you guys. Right. I know you, OS. Right. I still have never sent you any music, any artist. Nope. Because I respect our relationship. Exactly. I know I didn't have everything together, especially when I was dealing with the R&B guys, and you kept telling me to send music. And I was like, they're not ready. I don't want to waste your time nor my time.
I respect
and I think artists do that too much, where they waste you guys' time because they know they have a relationship with them. Exactly. I know a bunch of DJs, I'm not just going to give you stuff. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And I love what Hot 97.9 is doing. I like that. I love, you know what I mean? Like I said, it just came out of nowhere, and when I saw who was involved, I was like, "Oh, they got some people." Yeah. They when I saw Coco, when I saw you, when I saw DY Nasty, I was like, "Oh, okay, this is some people." Because I went to this page and watched his like talking video where he was talking, kind of explaining things, and I was just because I wanted to see what was this about. Is this gonna be like the last station that was here and then gone a couple days. Remember that? It was just out the blue. It was over. And I was like, okay. Some guy, he figured it out.
But it's not like, I can say this much, that his plan wasn't like an overnight thing. I just want to get some money or I'm going to just do it. He planned this for like 8 years, maybe even longer. And then, like I said, I knew a lot about dealing with labels, but he knows a lot more. So it's kind of like I go in there, I'm learning stuff because I have goals as maybe, music director or, okay, I'm going to teach you how to do this. You know what I'm saying? This is how, this gets done, how to further yourself, how to get better. So you got to, grandmother always said, and we hear this cliche all the time about hanging around the right people. That's really you got to hang around real positive people and people that's trying to do stuff. You don't have to necessarily cut people off. No. But you have to kind of back off.
Sometimes you got to distance yourself.
Keep your family together, but always surround yourself with positive people that's actually trying to do stuff.
Right. So we know streaming. We know you on both sides. You're on both sides because you do also with Fleet DJs. You also have the Fleet DJ Radio.
Yes.
So I know you deal with all that as well. So like, is online radio still worth it too for artists? Like, is it still something that helps?
So at the conference last year, we had a guy come in. He has a company called DRT, and DRT is the BDS, media-based reporting for internet. So they have the same. It looks exactly the same, and it tracks your song once it becomes registered through who's streaming your record.
I didn't know that.
Yes. So
wow.
And we caught up with this guy on a ground basis. So what we do is, we have, I think, 12 stations now. Right. And we have different genres. Because the goal is you got to think big. We look at XM and say, okay, we can do that too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I run 3 and we spread it out with other people so they can learn how to become program directors.
Right.
Learn how to become music directors. This is like an ongoing everyday thing with Fleet, right? So what we're trying to do with that is online is very important, okay?
Yes, it is.
Because it gives you something that FM doesn't, but it still has, it's not going to be FM. You have your own lane. So we're like more specific. So I think online does have, have its own lane, but it's just not as accessible as FM.
Yeah, right.
And it probably never will be unless technology kind of integrates it a little bit differently.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So
that's what's up. That's what's up. I mean, I think online radio is still prevalent.
It's prevalent, and it's still going to grow.
Right.
The problem is a lot of people can just do it.
Right, and you get a lot of trash.
You get a lot of trash, just like the music. You get a lot of trash, but what we do with our stations is everything that I learned from radio, and there's a couple other people that's been in radio. They brought that to the table. We're going to run this like radio.
Right, that's smart. That's smart. I know because I used to work in radio back in the day a long time.
You got radio voice.
Man, I worked in radio so long, it's ridiculous. It was a couple stations. It was a station here that wanted me to do the midnight stuff, the R&B stuff. I ain't really like the vibe of the meeting, so I kind of just like, I got my own thing going on. I'm cool. That's why I got the podcast, and a lot of stuff that I'm doing does well. You know what I'm saying?
Create your own platform.
Yeah, I mean, that's my belief. I believe in making my own platform and stuff like that. So, I always thought about doing an online station, but I thought the same thing you said. Too many people have one.
Too many people have one.
Too many people have one. What is the niche to it? You know what I mean? And I wanted to make sure, it sounds cliche, but I also wanted to make sure artists got something out of it. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of the online stations, I feel like they rip a lot of people off because the first thing they're doing is asking for you to pay for something, but they don't have a market. You know what I mean? I feel like Fleet DJs, y'all got a market. Yeah. So if you gotta pay for some marketing or something, and look, artists, that's one thing I preach. You gotta break some bread.
Break some bread, but just break bread smart.
Yup, break bread the right way. Like artist came to me recently. He was like, "Man, how much is it gonna cost for me to get an interview?" I told him nothing. Send me your music. Let me see what you got going on. If it makes sense, the music is good. I feel like you got something to talk about. We'll talk.
Yeah.
I said, but if it doesn't, I'll just let you know and just keep trying. You know what I mean? We'll figure something out. Mm-hmm. And we had an interview.
Okay.
We did an interview, and it was a dope interview because, like you said, I try to sit with artists and I let them know, interview skills. I hate seeing artists just in this mumble era where artists is so they not personable. They not. I did an interview with an artist and he was one of those, and he was talking, but you could really understand him. He wasn't as, and he begged for this interview. So after the interview was over, he had his little homies in there. Everybody was like, "Yo, that was dope." I said, "No, it wasn't." Everybody looked at me like, I said, "Don't lie to him."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If y'all supposed to be his mans, don't lie to him.
Don't lie to him.
Let him know. You know what I'm saying? And that goes back to what you said with you and D.Y. Nasty. Y'all had a falling out, but then y'all sat down like men.
Like men.
Build.
And build.
And then this
We together right now. I call him almost every day now.
See.
You know what I'm saying? And still, we still keep the business and the personal.
That's facts. That's
but yeah, man, going back to like interviewing skills, it's like that's when labels, see, everybody keeps saying, I'm just gonna do indie. Okay. Indie is fine. What people don't understand is when you got the machine behind you, you don't have to have 100%. You can just use their distribution, right? They have things where they set you up to learn how to do interviews. Yep. They send you on these little runs where you're not getting paid, but you on these runs to learn how to interview, learn how to tour, learn how to perform. All this stuff comes under that umbrella.
I totally agree, man.
And I keep hearing people say, "Oh, I'm just gonna do." It can work with some people,
right? And
the people that is really working for
still got somebody behind them.
Got somebody behind them, and they have somebody maybe like you,
right,
who know what to do.
Right.
Now you just say, "Oh man, I ain't gonna sign with no major." And I hear a lot, even these big artists say, "I ain't messing with no labels." When I look and see your media base, and I'm look distribution by RCA, this, that, and the other, Def Jam. Don't say you independent. Because you got a machine somewhere.
Yo, people, that's funny you say that. And it's like the artist I'm working with, that's our current discussion right now.
Right.
Because he's at a place where it's like people are now reaching out. They see what he's doing, what we're doing, and what our team is doing. Right. And now they're reaching out. So, and I'm telling him, he was like, bro, I don't care about this indie shit. He was like, I love it. I know we keep a lot to ourselves. Right. He was like, but if we could sign a deal that makes sense, because that's our thing. I brought that to the table. Everything has to make sense. Right. So we use that for everything.
Exactly.
He was like, yo, I'm not signing no 10-album deal. No. He was like, I'm not signing all these slave. I said, no, we'll never sign a slave deal, bro. Oh. I said, yo, we'll look at it 3-album minimum type thing with an EP involved type situation like that. And we run with it in that manner. He was like, because no, we got everything now. Why not take their marketing money? Because we know how to flip it. We gonna flip it. That's what artists do. They get that money and they get the little choker chains and all that other stuff.
Nobody can market like those. They have paid professionals that know how to deal with the Spotify's and titles and all. Listen, if the art, and I'm talking to artists, like if you get a chance to get the right deal, like I said, you can just get a distribution deal or some type of deal where they can take care of your marketing. Do it. Do what you got to do for a couple of years, couple albums. Get out and then go indie.
My thing is this: even if you got the money, you could come to the table. Say, just doesn't happen often, but say you got an investor to give you $500,000.
Okay.
You could take that $500 to the label, and they will throw half for their marketing. You're just paying for their marketing services. And you could go into a partnership in that manner. I think like Nipsey Hussle, a couple people, they've done that. But I don't think artists realize that as much as we do because we know the game.
Right. Like I said, like on Instagram, you see on social media, oh, you don't need the labels, blah, blah, blah.
You still need the labels.
You need them labels because I'm telling you, and this is the thing with indie artists that I have an issue with. I love indie artists because when y'all good, y'all good.
Facts,
but when y'all bad,
it is
and
bad.
Y'all don't have the knowledge.
Right.
What they don't understand is, and I'm a DJ and I get emails, right? And the same thing, can I send you a record? Do you know that Rick Ross people send me records? Mm-hmm. What's the name? Jay-Z people. I mean, Rihanna's people. I deal with Jennifer Norwood, who runs with. I know Jennifer Norwood. She was for Republic Records, right?
Yeah, I know Jennifer.
Jennifer calls me every Thursday at 3:00. Mm. She controls Drake Records. She making sure. Mm-hmm. So if she's doing that, then what are you doing? Right.
What are you doing to make sure?
Right. If this woman is she vice president of marketing for Republic Records, which is under, what is it under? Not Def Jam.
It's Universal,
right?
Pretty much.
If she has time to do that every Thursday, Jennifer Noy, the last 212 number that probably is out, she calls me every Thursday at 3:00.
So y'all still have the Fleet DJ conference call too, right?
Yeah, we do the conference calls. And that's another way where we can get with artists we're on the come up. And it's like we try to get them on their way up.
Right.
And then learn a little bit about them. And that's a way that the artists and the DJs can connect.
How many artists from the area, you in this area, been on that conference call?
Wow. Not many. Rico Barrino, I would say Tigo B, maybe 5 or 6.
And Rico Barrino is what? Charlotte, eh?
Yeah.
And Tigo's
Greensboro. I'm talking about
Raleigh.
Raleigh? I can't.
And I hate to be regional with this, but we can only discuss our area.
I can't think of anybody that we've had. It's an artist though that I really like that's from this area that comes to every conference in the last 2 years. And then we had we had a listening session. And his name's A-Cash.
Oh yeah, A-Cash moving.
And I like him because he's young, humble.
He interviewed on my podcast. Some my other person that was interviewing, she interviewed him.
And he was every year. His arm was messed up. He was in a sling, and he still was at the. There was, I think not this year, it was the year before.
A-Cash on deck.
A-Cash on deck, and I give respect. So for this area, that's the only kid that I can really think of, and there's a couple other guys that's good. I forgot the name of this kid. I had the Coast to Coast event because I'm with them.
Yeah. That's right. You show out with
Coast to Coast.
Yeah, because you do that. So you do it every time they come to the area. You're right.
So, and I met the kid the other night. I don't know his name, man, but I'll get it. He had a great song. He had a really, really good song, and his people reached out to me the right way.
Wow.
And I said, just send me the record, man. I mean, like, if I like it, I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, right.
It ain't gonna be it's just that simple.
That's like, so I know a lot of artists gonna check this out because they know when I talk to tastemakers, other tastemakers, they know we get to it. So a lot of artists, they're gonna listen to this and they're gonna see, and that's sad because it's about 3 Raleigh artists right now that I've told multiple times, get with Fleet DJs. Get with Fleet DJs. Send your music over to them, politic with them, buy a marketing package.
And
it only costs a couple of dollars.
That's it.
But you go and you spend money with some dude in Florida or some over here who ain't even connected with not a DJ.
Not a DJ. And like I said, a lot of the Fleet DJs we have in this area on radio. You got your DJ JBs, you got your Delmatics, you got it's a bunch. You got your Fats, you got a whole bunch of DJs that's walking around in your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? That's right here. So why not? But I'm not the type of person who's going to be like I'm not going to take it personal. I'm not going to take it. It's more or less it's their loss because I'm right here. A lot of artists say you're right here. You're right here.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, you DJ the event for me for indie artists one time, and I ain't seen not one indie artist say anything to you. And I told them who you were, but it's not my job to continue bridging the gap. That's how I've always felt too. I'm not going to continue bridging the gap for everyone. You can lead them to the room.
And
it's up to you to politics.
The only thing I say with artists, like, get with someone like him, someone who knows the business, someone that's going to tell you no, someone who will tell you hell no. You know what I'm saying? And get with real people like that who know the business. Not somebody with some dough. Not somebody that can get you in a club in Charlotte and a club in Atlanta and know this dude over here. You need somebody who know people
help push
everywhere. That's going to have you at your BET Awards. And try to get you at the the Grammys, and just so you can be in that environment.
I'll be there this shit. My artists will be there this shit.
See what I'm talking about?
So you say that.
See what I'm talking about? You gotta you gotta have people. You gotta make those connections, man. Networking is key.
No, it is, man. I think that's where a lot of us fall short at. Is the networking game. I think the millenniums get caught up in the internet so much, so they forget that you still gotta really go out and shake hands with people.
Personal relationships.
You gotta, you know what I mean? It doesn't hurt to. I used to do this. I used to buy the DJ a drink. I know you already get free drinks anyway. Dinner with the bar. I know that already. I've DJ clubs before, so I know that already. So what I do is still, if I know you got a record of mine that I'm trying to eventually get to you, I won't press you. I just walk in. Oh, what's up? To the bar. Hey, whatever you're drinking. You're gonna get that. That's on me. Tell them you're looking. I appreciate what.
And I mean, that's or just come to the DJ and say what's up.
Yup, just speak.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? This is such and such, man. I'll holler at you later about my.
Yup, and just keep it moving.
I mean, that to me, that's a million. That's a million.
I don't even promote music as much as I used to around here. And I still, DJs like yourself, when I see them, they always, yo, what's up, TS? What's going on, dude?
Right.
What you got going on? I ain't nothing right now, but when I get ready, I'll see you. You know what I mean? Like, I want to press it. You know what I mean? I think artists, they cats be thirsty, but then they don't know how to approach. You know
on any level, even DJs, some DJs, because even during the hiring process of Hot 97, hired this kid named DJ Swirls. He's out from Durham.
Okay.
And we went through a bunch of DJs. Went through a bunch, and it wasn't just the talent, but it's like what you bring to the table. How do you market yourself?
Right.
Who are you associating yourself with? it's like I said, it's not just about talent all the time. It's a big picture right now. So, you know, with social media, you can almost do your own investigation.
You really can.
I can do your resume is pretty much just out there.
It is.
So his approach was so different. And then he just called, I got his number, I talked to him, I called him back. And we didn't talk about the station. We just talked about DJing. I was like, okay. And his vibe was just right. And I brought it to DY and I was like, yo, this kid, and we hired him.
Yo, this is gonna be dope, man. Like I've been listening, I've been tuned in. I got you guys locked in, and I'll bounce from station to station just to kind of see the.
Yeah.
I'm one of those research guys. I like to listen and see what's going on. And not to gas you because you have been stuck on y'all station. You know, every time you on there, I say something.
Yeah,
you notice
I'm
like, yo, I see you on. I hit a blend, man.
I'm gonna start my official show by itself.
Nice.
I think next Saturday.
Okay.
So I'll be on from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. 4 hours. What I'm going to do is I'm just playing hot records. I'm not really getting to the indie thing. I just want people. I want people to sit back and just enjoy music for a few hours. I'm going to have like some guest DJs that's fleet on there because I feel like I got a lot of DJs throughout the country that I would like to showcase and that can bring something to the table, to the market that's different. You know what I'm saying? There's music in Texas that we don't hear that's dope.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a
lot.
You
know what I'm saying? There's music in Florida. I got some DJs from all over, so I'm going to incorporate that, bringing them DJs up, and we're going to do that. So that's what it's called, the operating room. That's what my whole premises is the operating room.
That's dope. You know I can't wait to hear that. Can't wait to tune in, man.
Yeah, that's what's up.
That's dope, man. Yo, is there anything else you want to give to people, man? You thinking out there?
No, man, just check out. Like I said, I got the podcast. It's always in the top 10 of hip hop. Yeah. So I just threw one out there today. But, just check me out. Follow me at DJOS100 and on everything, and like I said, hit me up. Artists, if you got music, send it to DJOSMP3@gmail.com. So send it over there. When I get a chance, I'll check it out. It's usually like one day a week. I really just go through some music.
Right.
And like I said, I like to find those jewels, and it's hard to find. This week I may not find one. Next week I may find one.
Look, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. I think the cats got to keep working. They complain, they'll be all right. That's how I feel. I'll be like, whatever. Yo, once again, it's your boy, Tall Sean. Thank you all for tuning in to the sit down. Thank you, OS, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, I told you I was coming, y'all. I told you I was coming.
I appreciate it, bro. Yes, you are, man. Yo, this is another great interview. If you haven't checked out the previous one, go back and check out the previous one. And make sure you check out the one next week. It's Everything Got What You Need Network. I'm out, people. Peace.
Peace.